by Grant. Hill and Tim Legler. This is Brian Anderson, and we'll have Ali LaForce reporting for us.
They kept the game close, but made a lot of mistakes, and we heard about it from the coaching staff afterward.
Very few positives to take away from that game. I know it's one they're going to want to put behind them.
And Grant, offensively, Wemby has a lot of different options. Talk about his game.
Well, put simply, we've never seen a 7-footer with this array of skills. He's an efficient shooter from anywhere, and the length to just about ignore defenders. I mean, he's got it all.
Here's Fox. After the basket by Dallas. Gafford grabs the miss. Pass to Christie. Irving looking around. Puts up a three. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Yeah, and Irving doesn't need much wiggle room at all to feel comfortable. A lights-out three-point threat.
Back to Barnes. Castle on the wing. Lets the three fly. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Gafford. Up and in on the layup.
Well, that's what you're trying to do offensively. Get a shot close to the rim.
And here's Vassell from the arc. They get it back.
Still trying to find their rhythm offensively. Just 1 for 4 so far.
The three from Washington. Another three for Dallas.
I love the execution we are seeing thus far. 4 shots and 4 makes.
Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
Outside Christie. Pass to Gafford. And he drops it in from the low post. Gafford's got 6. There's nothing like the intensity of coming down to the wire when both teams are fighting for playoff position, Grant.
Well, you know, B.A., for these teams, what you did before doesn't matter. You have to give everything in this game. It's essentially a bunch of one-game seasons from here to the finish line.
Now here's Fox. Tipped away. It's stolen by Washington. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama.
Why even try in there against Wembanyama? I mean, it's just too difficult.
.141 left in the first quarter of the game. It's stolen by Washington. Outside Irving. Outside Christie. 4-3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
And the Spurs willing to be patient with this rebuild, but when De'Aaron Fox became available, Grant, they did not blink.
Yeah, he's just too dynamic to pass up, and still young enough to grow with their core. Now it's about making the pieces click.
Over to the wing. And here's Flagg outside. San Antonio with a rebound. And the first season matchup for them against the Mavericks this year.
And in a series of the have-nots last year, they came out on the losing end, really looking for some improvement here.
Pass to Wembanyama. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Nails it from 3. Wembanyama's got 5.
Man, he's bringing the energy, the efficiency. I love what he's doing offensively.
Irving, no good. Spurs trail by 3. Back to Barnes. San Antonio moving the ball around. Inside. Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
He knew knew exactly where his man was going to be. Outstanding lead pass. Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Dallas on top, up by 3. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
And their ball movement has been next level. When your team is playing unselfishly like this, that is tough to beat.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, Kyrie Irving is so admired by his head coach, and Jason Kidd said Kai is a special dude. He wants to be coached to understand the game at the highest level and to be pushed to the highest level. What's more, I don't think he's afraid of failing. Back over to you guys.
Great mentality. Allie LaForce with the report. Thanks, Allie.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Pass to Christie. Back to Irving. Here's Lively. Shot clock at 5. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And it's Irving missing.
You know, all the credit goes to the defender. Very hard to contest threes without fouling.
To the inside. Oh, Wembanyama reaches up and throws it down.
Yeah, the dunk by Wemby might be the most effortless dunk you'll see.
One thing people notice about Dylan Harper, he loves to get going downhill.
Yeah, he delights in bullying his way through a defense, using a blend of speed and size to get to where he wants to go.
Well, for what he lacks in height, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
Pass to Wembanyama.
When Wembanyama has the ball in there, I mean, it's often a bucket, a foul, or both.
First trip to the line for him here.
Victor Wembanyama. 2 shots.
Ties it up, and his next one could give him the lead. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Thanks. Well, this new three-point era started with Stephen Curry, and it's really in the last decade that we're seeing the long-distance game extend to the center position. You look at the list of recent champions, it seems it's also not a luxury, but a necessity to have a paint presence who can also stretch the floor from deep.
A nightmare to contain. All right, Shams, appreciate the report.
Man, Wembanyama getting it done. Woo!
Thompson outside. Looking to end the run. San Antonio with a rebound. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Vassell's shot is good. Vassell's gotten his first bucket of the night.
And when Wings take it down low, good things happen.
Here's Irving. It's hauled in by Wembanyama.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
They just need a spark. This is when your leaders have to step up.
On the wing, Irving. Ooh, too long in the paint. And he's hit with a 3-second violation. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
They've done a great job facilitating so far. So moving the rock and finding the open man, just great selfless basketball.
Well, that's true, and they've also been going right at the rim, which I love. Attack, attack, attack.
Yeah, as good as anyone on the catch and shoot. Middleton deposits another J.
Castle outside. Spurs need to get one up here. Thompson with some nice D.
Well, that is a nice challenge at the rim. Really altered that shot.
The 3 is up. They grab their own miss. Outside Irving. Second shot opportunity. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. 9 points for Kyrie Irving.
But with that touch and finishing ability, if Irving gets that close, it is over.
San Antonio moving the ball around. Back to Castle. Pass to Wembanyama. On the wing, Vassell. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And the handles are a part of Harper's game. Got to be aware of that when you're defending.
Out to Thompson. Poke loose. Back to Lively. And a slam dunk by Lively.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use two hands next time. He knows where he is.
You know, it's hard to believe a guy over 7 feet is capable of moves like that. I mean, my goodness.
Here's Thompson. Oh, Klay Thompson with the bounce. Get up, Klay. Oh, another lead change. 6 total in the first half.
And this is the battle we were hoping to see.
And he gets it back.
Dallas.
And the
29. The Spurs. 28.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. And so it's Irving who brings up the ball for the Mavericks. It's a 1-point game. And Legs, you look at this Mavericks roster, tremendous size up front.
Yeah, Brian, they've got great physicality up front, and that's what the league is allowing these days. So they've got the personnel to play some bully ball. Yeah, he is lighting it up tonight. Irving showing us a little bit of everything.
Here's Vassell. Gafford grabs the miss. The Mavericks lead by 4. Here's Irving. Washington outside. Stolen by Wembanyama. Down low. Stolen by Gafford. Pass to Flag. Oh, powered down with both hands.
And the handles won't fly off the scouting report. But Flag was able to use them to get free. Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
It is nice to have a playmaker who can also get up and finish like that.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks. Well, the Spurs are on the rise. Victor Wembanyama said, quote, "I've been on board since day one. We know it's not going to be a straight line. There will be ups and downs. This is not easy, but I'm very confident in the will that my guys have. The long term is never being questioned." Back to you.
They'll get there. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. Pass to Champagny. Johnson on the wing. Christie with a steal. And Irving gets it to go. Irving's got 14.
And a big reason they have this lead is the way he's shooting the ball.
Outside Wembanyama. Johnson inside. Out left to the wing. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. Boy, they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but still coming up empty. Here's Irving. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 16 points for him.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Vassell. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Oh, going up there. Vassell showing off his hops. If they keep finding steals like that, they won't be in the hole much longer.
And out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Into the lineup for the Spurs, De'Aaron Fox.
Johnson on the wing. Here's Fox. Ooh, good D by Irving.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
When you watch De'Aaron Fox, is there anything that sticks out to you, Grant?
Well, B.A., this league has the best athletes in the world, and Fox looks like maybe the quickest guy out there on most nights. his change of direction is especially elite. Oh, ferocious on the attack. Once Wembanyama gets into the lane, the defense is done.
Pass to Gafford. The three from Washington. Drills it from deep. Washington got 6.
Well, those are the ones you're happy to get every trip down the floor if you can.
Irving for 3. Knocks down the long J. And it's an 8-point Dallas lead. All right, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Mavericks?
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
I really like their effort in transition tonight, constantly pushing the pace and then turning that into points.
And when you're defending Kyrie, you can never trust any moves he makes. I mean, he makes so many of them.
And the Mavericks are in the planning stages for a new arena set to open by 2031.
Yeah, their existing arena opened in 2001. A 30-year run for an NBA venue is pretty typical. And remember, it's big business. New arenas are often the anchor tenant for larger developments.
5 on the clock. From deep, Wembanyama. San Antonio again missing. Here's Gafford. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Give him 8 points now.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
It's a great game plan, and it's great execution. They've really been in the zone. Well, he's a guy they look to go to, and now you see why.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Well, they're making something very difficult look simple right now.
Kyrie Irving has been...
San Antonio, 40.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Spurs trail by 10. Wembanyama, high post. Offline from the high post.
Yeah, he's got to be mad at himself for missing that one, especially considering the defense didn't really affect him.
Back to Marshall. Second chance shot. And a nice finish on the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 12.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, the way this game is going, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
Back to Bagley. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
And he's battling for everything, doing all he can to help extend their lead.
Just throwing down the putback with authority.
Leaving some skin on the floor. Those are pure hustle points.
Such a terror on the drive. Fox possesses blow-by speed, getting past defenders in a hurry.
Spurs trail by 12. Pass to Barnes. San Antonio moving the ball around. Here's Bryant. Can't get it to fall.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Irving, that's good. And Legs is someone who has seen some of the great perimeter defenders over the years. Who's the best you've ever seen?
Well, the best defense, Brian, I ever played against were those mid-90s Bulls teams when you had to go up against Jordan and Pippen on either wing. And then more modern-day players like Drew Holiday, even a guy like Tony Allen when he was in Memphis, they stand out to me as well.
First team all defense, Tony Allen.
Year in, year out, a nightmare to go up against.
And here's Bryant outside. Christie with some nice D.
He's always quick to pop out and defend the three.
16 feet out. And again, it's Dallas.
Oh, man. Irving so crafty in that mid-range area.
And it's Fox with the jam.
Wow. Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Okay, I see ya. That's your point guard getting up.
Pass to Christie. Shot clock at 6. Basket is good. Nice setup from Irving. Christie's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And that's what he does. Kyrie is a magician with the basketball, always looking for teammates. Now, he's been reliable tonight, but that's certainly not the case for his team in general.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Yeah, with each bucket, he denies any thought of a comeback.
Bryant, no good. Dallas leading by 16. Irving for 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Back to Fox. Pass to Bryant. Misses the 3. And they've been moving the ball really well tonight.
Good things come to those who take good shots.
Marshall on the wing. Outside Christie. Fires from deep. On target from range. And the Mavericks lead by 19.
And they were really able to find the mismatches they wanted and exploit those all night. Great execution from the players and coaching staff for the Mavericks.
They really had things going. Their offense carried them tonight, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., tonight, simply they won the battle of the field goal percentage. I mean, it made all the difference.
That'll do it for this one. They've earned their 27th victory of the year tonight. And what a huge performance it was for Kyrie Irving.
Well, offensively, he was about as locked in as you can be, and his team continued to find him.
Here's Irving. Pass to Bagley. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
And this run should seal this win. What a timely burst.
And they get it back. And here's Bryant. Takes a 3. The shot no good. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Here's Irving. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Irving's got 33.
You can feel the excitement in this arena. These guys have done one heck of a job.
What a great performance. They have given the fans their money's worth.
Irving for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's just good coaching. They have made the better adjustments.
And so Dallas takes this one by a big margin. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.